Okay, so my name is Ken Rouleau, and this is the YouTube channel for the Philobusker. And my purpose for this videotaping and the overall YouTube channel is to share philosophical ideas on cosmology, physics, history, all kinds of news, and to get out information on things that I've been working on for decades, to tell you the truth. Now, I have ALS, which is amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. This is the same disease that has taken Stephen Hawking's body into paralysis for the last 40 years. I was diagnosed with ALS, or Lou Gehrig's disease, last year in August. This is now November 1st, 2011. My body is almost paralyzed. My mouth and my feet are pretty much the only things that are not into full paralysis. I can sort of walk, although I need assistance. And as you can well see, I'm using a breathing machine. Ugh. So that's what it feels like sometimes. So you'll see me do some funky things every once in a while. But I need this breathing machine in order to survive. If I didn't have this machine, I would probably be dead within about 5 to 10 minutes. So what I'm hoping is that I'll be able to explore certain topics, ideas, philosophies, aspects of history and politics, and then we'll be able to take these and expand the conversation. At different times in this Philobusker YouTube channel, we'll have different speakers to come and join us, just to explore concepts, ideas that often don't get explored, and just to see where you might take them in terms of interest, if you're interested, or in terms of response, whatever. We'll see where that all goes. Now, I've called this the Philobusker because, one, my background is in philosophy and psychology, and I always liked the idea of busking philosophy. And I'd hoped to have done this a few years back in Victoria. I live in BC, Canada, and to just sit down with some chairs or a couch, something comfy, and sit down and just meet strangers, have them sit down beside me and say, "Hey, what do you want to talk about? I'm a philosopher. You pick a topic. Let's busk philosophy." Now, that never worked out. The city of Victoria wasn't into that. But the idea always stuck with me, thinking that busking philosophy is a nice idea. It's a nice thing to do. Bruce Lee once said, "Philosophy is deep thinking about unemployment." So you can imagine how things would have gone if I actually had been able to busk philosophy in Victoria. Anyhow, we will be going into several topics that I have been involved with for decades. I've written 7 books. I've been an activist for environmental causes, social justice causes, Native Nation rights, and politics. I've ran for the Green Party of BC. I have been involved with Greenpeace. And over the last few years, I have spent most of my time researching current affairs and history. So we'll be talking about several different topics, ranging from September 11th, the banking industries, the history of federal income tax in Canada and the United States. We'll be looking at alternative histories that never make it to the mainstream media. We'll be looking at history from the point of view of society being run by oligarchies. Those few and powerful that basically control most of our social structure. The hidden hand of society. Not just today, but over history. Able to help ourselves today, we'll be able to take a look at how we've gotten to this point. If we don't know our history and how we got to this point, we have little idea how to properly address where we're at, nor will we understand how to properly move forward in a positive, holistic, social manner. That is our goal. This is my goal. To bring about conversations that will help bring about new thinking, revolutionary social change for the positive. This has been an incredible year of the Arab Spring, as it's been called. At this moment, there are people across the country and across the planet involved in Occupy Wall Street like protests. I hope that these videos will help to merge with a new thinking and a new activism. And from this place, that we'll get to different lines of thinking, a different consciousness, and ability to be able to shift our society away from oligarchy control, militarism, corporatism, and the cliff that we are shooting off of very fast. We all know this is true. So, in the next few segments, who knows how many segments we'll be doing. As long as I'm alive, we'll be adding these new clips to YouTube on the Philobusker channel. Now, I was close to death about a month and a half ago, and I came to the realization that I needed to continue these videos, or create these videos, continue my activism, and make sure these ideas kept flowing. Aside from having written seven books, I have several other books in mind that I want to help explain on these channels, because I'm not going to get around to writing them. So we'll discuss these. These are more along the lines of cosmology and physics, but also related to history, Canadian history, and current affairs. So, I hope that you'll respond to these. I hope you'll enjoy the guests that we'll bring into these topics. And I hope you can hear me and understand properly that from my point of view, being near death, that there's much to say, much to share, and I am willing to explore many aspects of spirituality, discuss the taboo of death and the process of dying, as well as to say, let's look at life from the point of view of living well and being awake in it, instead of from the point of view of sleeping through, trying not to pay attention to what's happening to us, falling for distractions, and being complicit in crimes against humanity and the planet that need to be addressed and very much need to be brought about to a new way of thinking and living. So, we will be talking to you soon. Watch for these videos, and every once in a while you might see as an assistant have her hand in the middle of the video as we're pushing stop.